Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. Today we will start working our editors. I think item quality is a good place to start. So class, item quality, database, editor. Long names are not bad because you can be sure that you won't have any duplications, and the namespace is this. RPG item system editor. Now, this will be a partial class again, and it will inherit editor window. And by doing that, it adds Unity editor, but we don't need that if statement there because it's in a solution that Unity knows belongs to the editor by itself. So we will add a menu item, and that is RPG / item system / database / quality, and no space here, sir. And % is equals to control, ampersand is Shift Q. This is the shortcut to open this method below, to call this method below. So public static void init, and we say item quality database editor, and we call it window equals to get window of type item quality database editor, and then we say window dot title content equals to new GUI content, and here we say item quality. After that, we say window dot min size equals to new vector2 400 by 330. And I like rigid windows for these guys, so max size equals to window dot min size. Okay, then we have, by the way, if you have Unity tools for Visual Studio, you can use a short key to search for mono behaviors, and on enable, we can add it, public void on enable. And then another one, come on, for on GUI. I like it. So we will come to unenable later. Here we say, we call a method that is list view. We don't have it yet. And no, thank you. After that, we say GUI layout dot begin horizontal with the style of box, and GUI layout dot expand width to true. I like using curly braces there, and GUI layout dot end horizontal. The reason I like it because whenever I have a layout being beginned, I can follow that curly brace and see if I close it or not. Sometimes it happens to ruin stuff. So bottom bar, that is another method. Now bottom bar will be created right here. In bottom bar, all I'm doing is saying GUI layout dot label, and the label is total qualities column, and we will add something here that we don't have yet, and that is the resource dot quality database. And remember, that is the database, and we have a count there. After that, we say if GUI layout dot button The button we want is add. I always type it wrong like that. Be polite. Add. And what we want to add is saying resource dot quality database that we don't have yet, and we call its add method new item quality. Okay. And I have a plus here. Before I go and implement the list view, let's deal with this quality database inside the resource. So it's inside our static, and that is our resource database instances. And here we say public static item quality database, and we call it quality database, and it's a property with get and well, private set. Why not? No, let's yeah, private set, because that's okay. And after that we call a method that is public static void, and we call it assign quality database. All we are doing here is saying quality database equals to item quality database dot, remember we have the get database, the type of database we want is item quality database again, and the name for the quality database, we had a constant being typed few episodes ago. Now, what's wrong with you? Quality database, item quality get database, item quality database of this. What's wrong with you? Was this the error? No. Public static void quality database equals to item quality database get database of quality database name. What's wrong? Huh. Category, where? Oh, there we go. My bad. Item quality database, not category. And that's it. Okay. Now I want a private set here, and this is one of the places that I use backends, because now I can say assign quality database, okay, and I can totally go and say this is a private static void. So whenever I want the database, I can come, call this, it will get the database assigned and then return it, okay. And now here I will say underscore quality database equals to that, the backfield. And because we don't have that, it says it's redundant and never used, so we can remove that. This is one of the places that having a backfield helps a lot, because now I don't need to check if this guy is null or not. All of the time when I'm reading the database, I'm getting the database itself, and this checks for me if the database is null or not inside our generic. If it's null, then it's created, assigned, and then returned. Nice. So going back to editor. Unenabled, well, before these, I would say something like that. If resource dot quality database equals to null, do stuff. But as I said, it's redundant now because we are doing it time and time again. Okay? And the error is gone. Now for the list view, I will have another partial class, and that is here. So we don't need this dummy. Alt insert a class, and I will call it item quality list view. And of course, because it's partial class, all I need to do is this. We don't need the column editor window anymore. Bam. And the partial is not redundant anymore. Now, in here, we will define some private variables. As Peter said in his videos, you can keep them inside the main, or as I call it, the mother script. But whenever I'm using a private variable inside this part of the script alone, I will keep it inside the same file. Helps me to track it easier. So scroll pause. Then I will have a private int, and I will call it selected index. And right now I instantiate it with -1. Then private texture 2D, and we call it selected texture. Then we will have that void list view. Remember, although it's in a separate file, because it's implementing the same partial class, now if I go back inside my mother script, you see that the error is gone. Okay, inside here we say scroll pause equals to editor GUI layout dot scroll view, begin a scroll view, and the position is a scroll pause, GUI layout dot expand height to true, and GUI layout dot expand width to true. And editor GUI layout, GUI layout dot end scroll view. In here, I will call another method, display item qualities. And now if I want to generate the method, it asks me, hey, you have two files that implement the same partial class. Which one of the files you want to put this method? Well, the same file here. Now, inside this guy, you say GUI layout dot begin vertical, GUI layout dot end vertical, and I was using a for loop, but now I can use for each. So I say for each inside resource dot quality database item quality. I could use it as var, but this is more descriptive. Quality. We say GUI layout dot begin horizontal, GUI layout dot end horizontal, and here we say item quality No, I have the quality from top. That was for loop. So we say editor, we can use GUI layout here. GUI layout dot begin horizontal. Here I want to use the box style. GUI layout dot end horizontal. So hopefully now you see how these curly brackets help me. Now we say if quality.icon means if the quality has any icon, we say selected texture equals to quality.icon.texture. After that, we say else selected texture equals to null. And we say if GUI layout dot button. Take a look. We have an overload that accepts image. Okay, that is the one we want to use. Selected texture, comma, GUI layout dot width, and I will use one of those constants, editor button size, and GUI layout dot height, again the same constant. Okay, so if that's the case, we want int controller ID equals to editor GUI utility dot get control ID focus type of passive. After that, we say editor GUI utility dot show object picker, and the type of object that we want to show inside this picker is just sprites, and we need to send in stuff. So null, and you see this is the object. Then it says if we want to see these scene objects, of course no. And then the search filter, we don't ask any filters, and the control ID that we cast. After that, we say selected index, no, selected index equals to I. Oh, I don't have I. Okay. So before for each loop, int I equals to 0. We don't have a for each loop. So at the end, before we end the for each, we want to say I++. After selecting the index, we say string command name equals to event.current.command name. Remember, we had this constant as a command name. This is the name of an event, okay? And we are asking if that event is being provoked here or not. So we say if command name equals to resource dot editor object picker command name, then it means that we clicked inside the object picker and it's updated. So we want to say if selected index is still -1, then something gone deadly wrong. Return, don't do anything more. Otherwise, we say resource dot quality database dot get selected index dot icon equals to editor GUI utility dot get object picker object, and we typecast it as sprite, and we call the repaint to repaint the editor window. After that, we want to show the details of our quality database. So we say GUI layout dot begin vertical and GUI layout dot end vertical. Here we say GUI layout dot space of 5 pixels, so we move down 5 pixels. We say GUI layout dot begin horizontal and GUI layout dot end horizontal. I use this format whenever I want to show a label in front of a control, because you know, each control lets you assign a label in many times, in many controls I mean, but you don't have a control over its width. This way I have totally control over every aspect of it. So GUI layout, that label, the label is name, and GUI layout dot width of 70 pixels. After that we say quality dot name equals to GUI layout dot text field, and the value is quality dot name. I will copy this because the description is almost identical. So this is a description. This is description and description. And one more, no more horizontals, okay? We say if GUI layout dot button, the button we want is delete. If we click that button, we want to check if the user is sure or not. So we will show a dialog by using editor utility dot display dialog. The title is delete item quality. The body of the message, we say, and I did too many. Are you sure you want to delete plus quality dot name plus from database, and here we need to display the buttons. The default button, I like it as delete, and then okay, cancel. This is the cancel button, okay? And if we want to delete it, then we say resource dot quality database dot remove item quality, and that should be it. Yes. So now we can, for the very first time, oh, I don't have these guys, 1 3 blah blah blah. So I will delete these. Hopefully they won't get removed from the project. Okay. Error's gone. Let it compile. Remember, it was Control-Shift-Q and execute menu target blah blah blah, because it needs to instantiate it first. Okay, Control-Shift-Q, Control-Shift-Q, and it's quality, but we have a problem. Parent directory, where is that? Item system database. It's there, sir. Asset. Oh, I forgot an S here. Okay. The folder is gone. Okay. It's in here. Assets. So close, and you see that it created it for me. Clear. Why are you null reference object equal to list view line 28? Line 28. Um, oh. Oh. You sure of that? Control Shift Q. Okay. Let's see. When I want to get, I will set it first. And then return it. What's wrong with you? It's being generated and it's the database. If I add 1, you will see that the element 0 is the quality, but it's not being called here. Do I need to go to my original code and the backfill is not working? You kidding me? Equals to new item quality database. Will it work? And what now? Oh, it's scriptable object create instance. So back to the original. Get. Thank you. And make it public. And this is quality database equals to that and the private set. There we go. Now inside my mother script, I need that enable again. Here we say if resource.qualityDatabase equals to null, then we say resource.assign quality database. And I want the same thing on top of the onGUI. Coming back now, we should be happy. Null reference. Why null reference? Did I forgot the goddamn constructor item quality? Name. No. Icon. Attach to Unity, please. And I need to put a breakpoint somewhere. The stop. The breakpoint I want to put is in here. Attach to Unity. So if I come back to Unity, clear. Okay. This. What is this? Call database. Can't I look into the... Of course, this is not what I want. Okay, stop. Bad breakpoint. Put a breakpoint here. Let's see what we get. And clear and it's not even calling here. Stop. Return DB. That's okay. RPG item quality database. That is okay. Let's see. Get and set without being private. Delete it. As soon as the GUI calls, it creates it, but item quality list view for each item quality in resource.quality database. And of course, it's being called after I generated the database. So return for one frame. And I still get null point exception. What does it say? Nothing. Okay, I think one thing that can solve the problem maybe is we say if resource, wait. Yeah, if resource.quality database count is equals to 0, return. And one more thing, or resource.quality database is still null, then return. Don't do that loop. At least we won't get any null point exceptions now. And there we go. Now it's working. Interesting. But I don't see that box view. Oh, okay. So we hit add, and now we get the null point exception again. Line 30. Again here. Do we have an element here? 0, come on, 0. And it's 0. We had add. We have 1, but we get null point exception. Why? Let's debug it. Attach to Unity and come back. Okay, this quality is equals to null. That's why. In resource.quality database. Okay. What did I do inside my base generic enumerable T? Oh, see this? Okay, we want database dot get enumerator. God. Okay, I forgot to implement it. Database get enumerator. Now it will work. Happily. There we go. So Do I like this style without any borders? No. So, it took me a few minutes to figure that one. Scroll pause and the style box. Thank you. So, blasphemy. Q. Thank you. Now it's better, much better. So we have a quality database and an editor. We can add as many as we want, and what the heck now? What? Oh, no, it's not. The add button is not here. One more thing. When you have for each loops, you need to break out of the loop here. And when you are adding stuff, you need to break out of any, no, break, return. No, it will return. Okay. Why did the add button didn't work? Add new quality. It should work anyway. We have it. Add. And we not have it. Okay, where does it calls it? That is not mine. This is not mine. Line 67. Description. Oh, hell. See? Description is a string. I totally forgot to instantiate it. Okay. I got familiar to this problem so many times. Description. Control C. Thank you. Thank you. And done with that. And of course, in item variety constructors, we have the same problem. Most of the time, I would get null reference, but this was new, so it took me a few seconds to figure that one out. And clear. So we have 3 items. There we go, 4 items, and a scroll view, so I can add as many as I want. Or take a look. Now we have 17. I'm deleting the 17. Delete. 16. Delete. Or something in between. And just to say the name is T and whatever. And I will delete the E, so T and G will sit beside each other. Nice. Now, let's add some stuff. Like good, a bad, worst, and best. Okay, we have our item quality. It took me a few minutes to figure things out, and now that I'm thinking about it, I should be able to get rid of these two again. Because the backfill was not the problem. I was the one who were sending the null myself. So database instances. Come on, not you. You with backfilled. There we go, and we don't want set. This one will be private, and this one will be with lower q. And inside the get, we want to say apply No, assign quality database before reading that. And why are you redundant yet? Come on. Sometimes Visual Studio is not happy. Private static void assign quality database. We are calling it blah 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 blah. It should work. Control Shift U, and it's working. So if I delete this guy, that was why I wanted it inside on GUI. But if delete it, coming back, we have it. So delete, coming back, we have it. That was why. So good, bad, worst, and best. There we go. Okay. And it's still showing me redundant. Okay, in next episode, I will do the rarity. Where is that? The rarity editor. Because, including project, thank you. Because it's exactly the duplication of the quality editor. It's really easy to finish it. It will be a short video, hopefully without any bugs. Have fun, everyone. Bye-bye.